the computer. So welcome, guys. Let's see what we got for this week. Let's see the previous analysis. Let's see the lines. Actually, that was the previous forecast, a bounce to the previous resistance zone. It was a nice move, actually, after the CPY. We got to the zone. And yeah, what I want to see now is retest on this currency, but still, I would say still there is place to move to the downside, but there is a divergence on weekly basis. You see, I think there is no possible way the price gonna break this structure, break this level. So I want to see a bounce from this point and actually a retest. Maybe to the previous week opening would be nice, but in otherwise just follow the structure, would I say. But you see divergence as one clear thing. This can make a nice move. Make a nice move. Yes. On daily basis, we don't see divergence, we see a convergence, but we are under the zero line, red momentum. The volume is also red right now. So even if we go back to the previous week opening, still I want to see more ranging market, actually, because those were big moves last week. Want to see the structure break. That would be nice. Okay, now the NZD. I was looking for Audi NZD from last week as well. There was a pullback, and now there is a divergence. But it's a small one. Not would like no, just the price is under, so it can be a small, but you don't, it is on the same level on destroyer. But we are still under the zero line, like I expected. We still didn't saw a retest on the trend line, which could mean maybe I do bit correction. This is the connection point. See on which basis. All right, maybe now better. Okay. Would still stick to this, actually. There is still place to move on a weekly basis, the upside. I will wait for this actually. Looks good. The TTT also retests on the trend line, and after that a move down. That will be nice. I think that's the next move. The Euro GPB, well, there is a ranging market. We see a big divergence in the volume right now. And also divergence on daily basis, because you see the volume, it's going down, but the price is still on the same place. So would say this is still a bullish BR on the Euro GPB. But there is a ranging market, so I would wait for this. It was a nice retest actually to 38 from last week, and after that this doji. I don't like this candle up at all. Smaller time frames. See, price is ranging. There is not much to do. Maybe on smaller time frames, up and down, but that's it. And the Euro CHF from last week as well made a nice move after the retest, because if you remember, my trend line was at this point, but I said I don't like this setup. But it did actually the break retest from this, and just because we saw the dollar weakness, and if you know, if you see the market, then you will know if we have a dollar weakness, of course we're gonna get the euro strength, and that's why I don't like this setup. Actually, it's not for me, but it was a nice move. Actually, what I see now is a divergence right now. These points. Yeah, if this candle today turns green and it's going up, it's a strong reversal. This could be a strong reversal. If the price is going up today, so watch out for that. Oh, this is also beautiful. So it should break this point actually. But I think it's not an option to break this level. So I will say the euro dominating the CHF this week. Well, depends on this actually, but still, let's say the euro has the dominance. The DXY broke out. We didn't reach the target zone, but it was a nice move. We'll see retest on the zero line, and then the next move down. But if you remember, on long term, we are still looking for a stronger DXY. So what we see right now is just a correction. Even if the price goes back to this point, it's still a correction, because there is an up movement. There are bulls in the market, and even if we go back, there will be still this move See, there is a long way back since 14. Actually, we are sitting in a bull market, or maybe no, since 14, no, since 11. We're sitting in a bull market, and this is not gonna change yet, in my opinion. So the daily basis, we'd say retest. The trend line is far away, actually, but there is place to move. Like there is a lot of space to move on the VV, but still, if it does backwards move, or if it's going up this week, then we will know what we have to do, because here is the previous high based on the destroyer, and if we break this level, there is no divergence. But you see where we got the sign, right? It's on us, almost on the bottom. But if the price goes up this week, should look like this, and then we will get the divergence. So still waiting for the down movement. Maybe Thursday, maybe Thursday. But we gonna see in the economic calendar what we got actually, and then we will know more about this. Okay, so the XY, the XY, the market is opening. The market will be open at 14 o'clock. But if you see the XY and how the market reacts, how the market responding on the previous bull run, it's definitely a Japan yen weakness, and I would say this is also a correction, because if you see we broke above the zero line, there is a lot of space to move. So even if the price goes back, I would say there is a bigger movement to the upside on weekly basis. Yeah, we broke the previous structure, so we got convergence. That's a nice one. That's a nice one, because we have still place to move, but there was divergence right here, which I draw it here as well. And the target zone was crushed actually. So we are waiting for the retest and then up move as the next step of the market, retesting the zero line. Okay, that's the XY. Let's see the XY. Yeah, same thing on 14 o'clock. The XY will be open. As you see, we broke out, and then where is my line? Strange. Okay, here was my previous line. I know that here was my previous line. I don't know where is my drawing. This is broken, and after that, I said, let's go to the previous high, which is this point on the Fibo. Our target wasn't reached yet. You know, on monthly basis, you see a big divergence already. Mm-hmm. 2023, that's gonna be an interesting year for the crypto as well, in my opinion. But you see how the price is reacting right now. Yeah, I will say there is still a bullish momentum, but on a weekly basis we are on the overbought zone. So this is the previous low on the destroyer. Even if the price goes back down, let's say to this point, we're gonna still looking for the next up move, because this will be a divergence. Okay, but this one needs a retest. It was a big move the last week, so we need that correction. After that we can go all the way up. Oops. ZXY. Yep, the ZXY, we got a target. The target wasn't hit, but it was also a good move. As I said, the ZXY gonna have strength, and I would mostly like against the dollar from last week. It was a good sign, but right now I see a convergence in the market. I would still say it's got the momentum. If we break this level here, then there will be no divergence. There is now a divergence, but we need to close right the same way like this. Each let's see the NZD, how the NZD reacting. Weakness against the dollar, strength against GPY, weakness against the Canadian dollar, weakness against CHF, against the euro, and against the GBP. So we will see a gap when the price is closing. So this could be actually a divergence right now, which means we tested back the 38 on the fib. So this could go down this week, which could mean a possibly weakness from this point. But I would say wait for the zero light process and trade it to the downside. Here was the previous support, which is tested back. But you see on the Fibonacci, it's going down like here or like here, same thing. So we're making place for actually the next move. And even if the price does something like this, so you see the Fibonacci is going down, then we see how are we going after that. So there is not a big move. There are small movements going upwards, but you see the structural divergence in the VVV, and then a big move down. The same thing could here happen actually. Okay, even if the price is ranging, we're gonna expect a big move down or a bigger move down based on the weekly market. Next, the AXY, same thing as the AXY, as the XY, sorry. We see normally we have to see on this point on the destroyer, but there is no color change, so we are looking for this point, and we see already a divergence, and we are under the zero line, so it's a good point to short on the AXY actually. What I see right now is still the AXY, the Australian dollar, have dominance above the New Zealand dollar. So yeah, but we are talking about 2 weak currencies for this week, and which one is weaker, you're going to see on the regional pairs. So when you see the Australian dollar stronger than NZD, even if you want to trade against the Australian dollar, trade against the NZD, because it will be better. Like you see, maybe the Japanese yen is the weakest right now, but if you see, for example, Australian Canadian dollar, 0.15, and if you see on the New Zealand Canadian dollar is 0.44, so there is a big difference between the two. Okay, let's see the SXY. Jesus, yeah, there is no divergence. Okay, the target is reached. I know. Yeah, that was a big move. And after such a big move, I would say need a correction and beat ranging market, but this will continue. This will continue. All right, let's make some space right now to have the next movement of the SXY, but we need to make space. Okay, so the big movement, we need a correction. Sheesh. The BXY. This is interesting because we are on the top of the trend line, actually, which I drew I think 3 or 4 weeks ago. And even if I don't see divergence at this point, maybe on this small one, you see, it will depend on today actually. Let's see the GPB. Okay, the GPB is stronger than GPY. Like GPY is right now the weakest pair, but GPB, CHF almost break here, and the euro. So I see that's still a weak pound actually. And on a monthly basis, we got already a divergence. So this have to break for conversions, but I don't think this is about to break. All right, because I think it's still far away. Of course, the font could do some crazy shit actually, but still want to see a weaker pound for this week. I don't think this level gonna be reached, and this divergence, I think it will bounce from the trend line actually from this point. You see the same thing what the Fibonacci is doing right here, the same thing right now. So I want to see a weaker font for this week. And then the Canadian dollar. This is also interesting because we are also on the trend line on this point. It was a great channel, if you see, and we bounced back like I said, I wrote this as well. I will hold this analysis because this is our previous high, and if we see there is a big divergence, so I want to see a weaker Canadian dollar for this week. I want to see that bounce from this point, and let's see what the Canadian dollar, how it started the week. Yeah, against the GPY, every currency is like stronger, but if you see the most of the currencies, the Canadian dollar has still strength. The Canadian dollar has still strength. You see the Canadian in positive, the Australian CAD negative, only the USD CAD, which is showing us that the USD is still strong, neither retest, but still strong. The rest of the currencies show us. Let's see, for example, how this is look like. Oh, damn, this is great. The price goes up, the volume goes down. There is still place to go up in this case. So this is confirming my idea actually for the Canadian weakness. It's on daily basis. Yeah. But right now, like I said, I was looking for the GPB weakness. So we don't gonna trade two weak pairs to each other because then we will see a ranging market, nothing interesting at all. There will be a pullback like for 30, 40, 50 pips, and then with one candle goes back up. So there's nothing interesting on two weak pairs together. Let's see the NZD. We see in the volume divergence as well. Convergence right here. I don't like it. I don't like it because we need mostly retests on the market this week, because yeah, previous week was a high volatile week with big moves. We see mostly on the Euro CAD actually on the daily basis. This is good. Why we are about zero line, but we need here also retest, something like that, and then making some space to move up. But even if we have on a weekly basis this divergence, how the week can start is like wait a minute, is like going up, and the first quarter of the week and the second going down. That's what I'm looking for on the CXY actually. So first up, a false break, because I don't think we're gonna reach the previous level to make a convergence from it. It's possible, but I don't think it will happen. There is momentum, but we don't get space on the destroyer. So still, if this going up, it's gonna break down. Okay, that is what I'm expecting from the Canadian dollar, and we are around. Let's see what we got for a week. Monday, nothing interesting. The GDP on the GPY, maybe. Not big news actually. Not the CPY on the euro. That will be interesting on Tuesday. PPY on the US dollar tomorrow, maybe. Employment change, nothing interesting. Canadian dollar, this could be interesting on Wednesday. Inflation rate, GBP. I don't think this is gonna be a big movement. Balance of trade in the GPY could also be interesting, and employment change from the Australian dollar, because there is a big difference from 0.9 to 15K. There is a huge difference. So this could be interesting at 1 EM. Also the CPY on Euro area Thursday. This is gonna be a huge move, I guess. And oh shit, fiscal statement. This will be also a big move on Thursdays. Oh no, what's on what? Thursday, yes, Thursday. So, like I said, Thursday will be an interesting day. After that, not much, actually. So, watch out for Thursday. That's what I'm saying. For the rest, it's looking good. Ranging market, mostly, to see on 2 p.m. Let's see how the indexes react, what the price does. And this is also a confirmation on the CXY. It's divergence on a weekly basis. Okay, it was a nice move previously. Okay, guys, that's it for this week. Thanks for being here, and let's see what we got for this week.